Whenever you're ready, Maddie.
So if you were to walk into any regular classroom in Pennsylvania, let's say this classroom only happens to have 10 kids. If you take 8 of them, the special education data report from the last school year says that 61% of them will fall under the category of special education. And because special education is important to schools in Pennsylvania, we should know about what special education is, who can teach it, and what resources are available to those who teach it and to those who are also receiving. So let's take a deeper look into what special education actually is. Special education provides students with identified disabilities, unique needs to allow the student to learn to their fullest potential. When most people think of special education, I think they think of like autism and physical disabilities and blindness and deafness, but what a lot of people don't realize is that special education is mostly specific learning disabilities and speech and hearing impairments. Out of Pennsylvania's 17% of students who fall under special education, 40% of them are listed as children that have specific learning disabilities. Now, in order to be a special education teacher, you need to have a bachelor's degree just like any other teacher. In Pennsylvania, there are 61 universities or colleges that offer special education programs. You also need to take a special ed teacher preparation program, but those are normally incorporated with getting your degree. If you are working for like a third-party program that works within a district, some require that you have a master's degree, but if you're working for a public school, it's not always required. Once you have your bachelor's degree, all states require that you must obtain your license just like any other teacher would. Now, there are many resources available to those who teach special education, but also those who fall under that umbrella of special education. There are many different screening and assessment tests that people use in order to figure out if a child does fall under that category. And by PA federal law, if a student has a disability, the school must offer their services, and if the student's parents see fit, then they must provide those services. There are 2 basic plans that a school may put in place. The first is LRE, which is a least restrictive environment, and the second is an IEP, which is an individualized education program. An LRE is the student is in a general classroom with other children who don't have disabilities or don't fall under the special education category. Sometimes they have an aide that is in and out or in their room with them at all times. Then other times they may only be going to that classroom just for math or science, and then the other portion of their day is spent in that room with only their special education teachers and children that are also involved in that. Now, in fewer cases, there are children that need most restrictive environments. So that is if they are a threat to other students, if they get physical, or they can put anybody else in harm, then they are always in that classroom for math or reading or their basic needs. But there is a point throughout everybody's day where they are with students who are in that general classroom, because that is very important for them to be socialized with. I don't want to use the word normal, but kids that don't fall under special education. Another program that they have is the individualized education program, and I think these are a lot more common for kids. I know I had one when I was in high school, but they are written by the children's teachers, administrators, and their parents. So that can go from anywhere for if a child is dyslexic, or they suffer from anxiety, or they have ADD or ADHD. So that can fall, many different children can fall under that. And an IEP is exactly what the title is. It's individualized, it's based on their needs, and the school must provide those needs. So when you have that meeting about what needs to happen, they need to accommodate to your needs, and all of your teachers need to as well. Now, special education is something that is always growing with time and research, just like anything else. So in summary, I think it is important to understand those 3 basic components of special education, because there are more and more kids each year that are falling underneath that category. Thank you.
Very good.